Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another edition of Awesome Calls Trading. I just spent the great 45 minutes uh, doing secret sauce to everyone in the chat room, and I loved it. It was a lot of fun, and I got to explain in lots of detail just how to read the market in general and understand it and so forth. So, but we had a really good day today for Tuesday, January 28th. Wonderful day. It's going to be an exciting weekend with Super Bowl coming up. Um, I'm not as tearful today from the Kobe loss. I cried only a few times today by just watching stories of him and stuff. But I think I think I'm like I think I'm okay now. I think I'm okay now. So, but it was a wonderful day to trade. I got up excited. I couldn't wait to get going. I had big plans for XLRN, and I'll share with you that trade. Before I begin, going over some of the stuff we did NNBC. I had this short all day to 10 and under. The stock is now $8. Hog, LK, Azul, XLRN. My go-to stocks: TDD, Netflix, Tesla, Shop, and Nvidia. So I'm going to explain that a little bit of those. So and of course cannot forget a stock by Dark Side and Adam News on Loop, Citron's short idea. So we're going to go over that as well. I'll do it quickly, take about 8 to 10 minutes, and then I'm out of here. Um, Before I begin, I did want to show you and put out. It's rare that I so. Um, I was this is actually the picture I was going to show you. This is my to all of you that wonder how I trade and how I get up and what I walk into. So I live in, as you know, I live in Bel Air, California. It's like 5 minutes from Beverly Hills. Actually, I'll be moving to Beverly Hills in May or June. I might be moving April, but I'm looking at homes now. But right now, I live in a beautiful home, Lucy, in Beverly Hills. And this is my setup. So this is one of the rooms, and behind me is this huge couch. Uh, and I have, it's a big bedroom, and it's behind me. And this is a dining room table. This is my cable box. Obviously, I'm tight. This is my cable, and every morning I just put CNBC on, and I watch the Dow, this corner thing right here. What it's doing, is it moving in the corner of my eye? And I would highly recommend to have it in front of you. A lot of you put stuff beside you or behind you. You don't want to be doing that. You want the shit in front of you like you're looking at your screens. Okay. When when I pick my 12 ideas that you see here, okay, these are all 12, right? I immediately put them on my screen, and these are the 12 ideas. So I can watch all 12 move. And I start here on my $3 stock, $20 stocks, and I move, and then I do $40 stocks. So like right here, this is Azul, this is ALV, this is XLRN. Then here obviously is Tesla, Shop. I start doing Netflix, TDD, Nvidia, and MKC. So I always put the 100 or more stocks on this side, and I start with the smaller. So because each trader is different than I have in the room. This is the main where I will watch the stocks and pop them as traders are trading them, because I usually use two of them so I can show the movements, where its stock is going and why. Especially if I got a stock popping like LK to 40, I'll show the breakout. This is my chat room. So this is where I can type, see, get all my messages, talk to the mods, and so forth. And it's all screen share. So this is I took this picture when Darkside had the mic. Darkside screen shares, and this is his stuff, right? Um, and then this over here is my trading platform. All right, so I can flip over and click over to all these icons. Fidelity, I can flip over to Fidelity, Speed Trader. I use TD mostly. I have a large account over there, Serious Equity, Margin Money, and then I flip to briefing. I can go briefing here because I don't show any scans really, and it's just basically I already know my plays from here, from the notes, so I pay attention to the movements. So I can tell the traders, this is going to move, this is going to move. I get ready for this. This one just hit. This is going to pull. Bottom curl here. All right, because everyone wants to play something different. Tesla's going to pop, pull. This is the bottom curl. Start shorting here. This is why I can get quick answers to the clients. This mouse here controls these two screens. This mouse here controls this screen. And this mouse here controls this screen. I have 3 different CPUs. One here. This is the new one that was replaced yesterday. It's like a fucking spaceship. And then I have another one in the corner here. So I have 3 different individuals. For me, I don't like too much going on one. I guess I could use this to power all 6 of them, but I choose not to. I want to be quick, fast, accurate, and this doesn't seem to bother me at all. These are all 27-inch curved screens. I have 5 of them, as you can tell. You can get them at Amazon for $150 each. And they're curved, so it goes around me. I don't do square because then I will have this weird kind of, this way it looks like when I sit down, it's just all around me, like a big circle. And I just sit right here, and I got a huge couch behind me. Lucy's in the corner, and I just trade. Let me tell you something. The more comfortable you are trading, and you have your setup, it's not an email. It's a Twitter feed, Jackie. Twitter. He came from Twitter. Yeah, it's not an email address. Um, so the more comfortable you are, now for me, it's important that you have the TV going. You got to pay attention and what the market's doing, you know. So your eyes are always focused. If you start to see this turn red and the market's pulling, how to tell traders, okay, start guiding them to cover their positions. But investing in yourself is the best in the world. If when you make a few bucks, you pay your bills, take a little bit for yourself and go buy a monitor. And I screen share these. So I have a little thing cable in the back, and and this one monitor does both, right? And this one does, a screen share, and I can get a screen share for this one, but where am I going to put the screen? Above? I'm not one of these guys that like to stack my screens above. I don't like to look up when I trade. I like to look straight across like I'm talking to a person. I'm just not one of these people. The only thing I'll look up to is the TV, and all I care about is the corner here. And if I had it my way, I wish this table was even wider. This is a dining room table, but I wish it was wider so I could put the TV and move it over here and get it above me. But I'm okay with it on the corner. And so this is my setup. All of you have different setups. A lot of you use iPads, and some of you use laptops, some of you use your phones. But for me, because I run a business and I trade, I got to make sure everything is here because I'm trading live here. So when you hear me, now these are all TDs. Now this account here is set up with this account here. This is a separate account with a lot of money in there. This is a real-time account, but I don't keep any money in this account. This is a separate account here. So when you hear me long or short a stock, it immediately swings this one too. So you'll hear it both times. And the reason why I do that is sometimes I'll go long in pre-market. I'll click it here, and then I'll see the line go across, and I'll wait for my fill. So as I'm doing my notes, I'll see a red line going and let me know if I'm going to get filled or not, because it'll show up a line, red or green, if I'm shorting or longing. And then I just trade here. So like you'll hear me, that means I'm long, I'm out. All right. And then what I do is I click the amount of shares if I want more or less, and so forth. If I want uh, 500 shares, 1,000 shares, because we all know this is already set up with 100 shares. Uh, and that's about it. I don't have hotkeys because I'm pretty fast at what I do. Um, so, and I mostly trade market orders in the morning. I'm sorry, in pre-market, I do limit orders, and at the opening, I always do market orders. And when I trade during the day, it's all market orders. I just that's what I do. I don't mess around trying to chase where I need to sell it. I just in and out, and I'm done with the stock. So, and this is how I perform every morning. And this is what I do. So again, invest in yourself. Get a screen share. You know what I mean? Um, Add another monitor. It's okay. Build. This is your business. All right. Invest in yourself. Make yourself comfortable. So when you come to work, you're excited. Look how excited I am to come to work. I can't wait to sit in this chair in the morning and talk to so many people. It's amazing. Okay. So I wanted to share with that because a lot of you always ask me, what's your setup? What's your setup? What's your setup? Okay. So there's that. Okay. Now we're going to go into some of our trades. Okay, let's start with LK. I'll just go over to real quickly. On LK, I had LK going simple trade. This got a $42 price target from Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley. So I felt the stock would pull at the open, it would pop at the open to 39 level, scale in short. I wanted it to come down to 38, all right, 37.75 to 38, bottom curl, long to 40. Here's 38, double bottom, long to 40. Stock just hit 40.24. Here's the 40 point. Beautiful play. Next stock we did was TDD. TDD, I wanted simply to, on TDD, I called for the stock to pull at the open to 274, and then long the stock to 280 or more. Stock hit 284. That's the play. This market was gapping up, so I just wanted a quick pop, sell off, bottom curl, long at 274, and the stock ran all the way to 283. Tesla, one of my best trades calls today. I can't short Tesla still at TD Ameritrade. My own fault. Can't bitch and moan. But this was my best trade call today. This one I wanted to pop at the open from 570 to 575 per the notes, scale in short, and take it down to 560. Stock hit 558. I was comfortable with the 560. As you can tell, pretty much held there. You don't believe me? Look at the notes. Tesla, 575 pop to 560 short. If I could short that every day, I wouldn't need to trade for the rest of the year. It's too easy for me of a stock to read. NVIDIA, this was a very easy trade. No brainer. This one, it was simple. It was gapping up. I wanted a quick pop to 244, 245, scale in short. I called for a 241 bottom curl, and then all day move to the upside. You don't believe me? NVIDIA, 241 and under. Long it. 241 right there. Long it. 248 now. Next one, XLRN. They're going to be doing an offering in the next, either tonight or the next 48 hours. Very simple stock to read. I told traders, do not, here's the opening bell. You can see it ran to 100. I told the great traders in Awesome Calls, do not long the stock unless it pops through 82. It needs to get through 82 first, and then you'll get a quick move to 86 before it sells off. Otherwise, the stock will stop at 82 and then sell off and grind between 73 and 75. They're going to do an offering, so they're going to try to keep the price range within here. And as you can see, for pretty much all day long, that's all it did was go from 73 to 75. But I want you to pay attention to one thing. At the opening bell, it stopped just at 82. It did not go above that. You don't believe me? Read the notes. XLRN, 82. Imagine that written down an hour before the market even opened. And then watching it pop and not getting over 82. And then seeing it drop to 75 and under. Right? You don't believe me? How about one of our best traders in the chat room? We all know him by heart. Right? What did Noel do? You all want to see what Noel did? Right? Made over 6,000 on this trade. There's his short. There's the 82 pop. There's his cover. Read the notes. You make a shit ton of money. You can see right here it was $5,000 already. How excited do you think Noel is to come to work every day in this room? Man is inspiring, to say the least. Okay. The next one we did was shit. I can pick anything I want. Netflix. This was on point this morning. Netflix, I simply called for a pull at open to 343 and then long for an all-day move to the upside. Ding, 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 ding. I wanted to short the 346, room to 348 pop, scale in short, take it down, 343, bottom curl, all-day move to the upside. There's 343, all-day to move to the upside. That was a 9-point trade right there. Next one I did was MKC. MKC had earnings, weren't that great, but needless to say, they were still, the stock was gapping down just too much. I mean, come on. You're 172 and you're sitting at 157 for 18 points. What did you do wrong? their stock was in line. Just kind of bottom curl is an entry signal. Yes, Jordan. When I'm looking for that bottom curl, I already know where the stock's going to hit, but I'm giving you a little bit of range. So if I tell you NVIDIA at 241 to 240, you start taking your stock position at 241 based on the gaps, correct. Once I start to fill them, I'll go, okay, start taking here, add here, bottom curl, and go long. So you don't go full size or half size at all. You go quarter size to get started. If it pulls a little bit more, if it pops, you can add into it a little bit and then let it run because it'll have an all-day move to the upside. Okay, so MKC, I called for a long around 159 to 160 at the open. Actually, in pre-market, I was calling for 158. I was calling for the stock to hit 167. So I wanted a 7-8 point trade and then a fade off. And the stock ended up going to 170. Really good play there. And one last one. I want to give credit to this one, to Darkside and to our Adam News in the chat room. This is a Citron, and the great Adam News alerted the chat room at about $89.50 right here that Citron was shorting the stock to $30. That was his price target. And Adam, and then the great thing was, while it was in play, the great Darkside stepped in and was calling, I believe, 84.53 or somewhere there. And I'll show it in the chat logs on tonight's chart. And that really helped everyone guide it downwards. Once it broke this, it actually came down to 82.836. So I would look for Looped management to come out with a statement after the close today to probably pop that back up. So they usually do after they hear that they're a short seller involved. Okay. And that is today's webinar. Thank you very much. If you want to be a part of our great room, come on in. Hey, we'd love to have you. And this is, just click on any icon with the word ACT in it, or any of my links. 25 for a day, 100 for a week, $6.75 for a day if you're a monthly. Come and join us. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.